So yeah, I have traveled to so many different countries, as you know. However, I have not made it over to India or Pakistan or Bangladesh, and I would love to do so. However, I have been living, I wouldn't say vicariously, but I have been living through someone on our team because he is going to be our next guest. And he tells me so many different stories of his upbringing and where he's bring and just the differences. And I am really excited to have him on this next show. He's part of the business. He's part of the Black Girl Sunscreen family. But before we get to talk to him, I would love to know what's happening at BGS. Francis.
Oh, Shantae, I'd love to tell you.
Okay.
So, you're so silly. So, the holidays are upon us. And what better way to show that you love your family and your friends than to help them protect their skin with sunscreen? I mean, that's love. So, you guys, we have a full array of products on our website, blackgirlsunscreen.com. We have our OG Black Girl Sunscreen SPF 30. We have BGS Kids. We have BGS Men. We have Make It Pop Clear Skies. We have Make It Pop Shades.
Romance and Francis.
Yes, we have
That's
Romance and Francis. Yes. And they come in 3 colors: red wine, French Kiss, and cherry noir. We also have gloves. You guys, we have everything for every single person in your family. So, and that's only a little glimpse.
And BGS Men.
Yeah, and BGS Men.
Yeah.
Yep. So I want you to go to our website and have your pick for everyone that you love. Friend, family, maybe a foe. You might want to be nice.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am? Okay.
Okay.
So don't forget, you want to get something for yourself too, okay? Your tribe will love you for thinking about them and helping them protect their skin this holiday season.
Do you shop for yourself, Francis, a lot during the holidays?
No.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
So it's like you don't buy one gift for somebody and then a gift for yourself and like that?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. I don't. I used to.
Yeah.
I used to. Yeah. I used to. Not anymore.
Okay.
Mhm.
And you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. So we have an incredible person sitting next to us today. Francis, who do we have?
Today's guest is a distinguished e-commerce and digital marketing professional specializing in the integration of artificial intelligence, or AI, technologies within the online retail sector. He has authored articles for prominent platforms such as Tech Times and Digital Journal, where he has provided insights into the evolving landscape of digital marketing and AI applications. Hailing from India, he has effectively combined his academic prowess and industry expertise to influence digital marketing strategies on a global scale. Please welcome Black Girl Sunscreen's e-commerce manager, Vishvesh Soni.
Woo! 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 Like, it says sound of the police. Woo! Woo! Y'all know that song?
Yes,
Okay.
I do know that song,
Okay.
but I wasn't prepared for it.
Vishvesh, you know that song?
No,
No, okay. Vishvesh, how do you pronounce your name?
I pronounce it like Vishvesh. It's the V. Both the V's are pretty much straightforward, not lending it out. Vishvesh.
Vishvesh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the middle, I think there's a different spelling for it, right? You could put a V or a W there.
Yeah.
Right? So with a W, what is the sound?
It sounds the same,
Mhm.
and most of the people with my name put W in the middle.
Yes.
But somehow instinctively, from my childhood, I have put somehow V in the middle. Maybe it's because I wanted to be different or something like that. I don't know.
You
But
want to stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the writing, it's cool. When you write 2 V's in your name, it's just cool.
Listen, I don't even know that many people that have a V in their name. We have 2 V's at Black Girl Sunscreen, and they were on my team the other day at Disney. I had double V's.
Mm-hmm.
Did you realize that? Double V's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Vishvash, let's talk about your persistence.
hmm
How do you know me?
How do I know you?
Yes. How did we meet?
Okay. I think we first met for an interview
Okay.
at the BGS office.
How
For
many years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a great conversation about e-commerce and how digital marketing landscape is working, how the BGS is growing.
Yeah.
I saw the office for the first time.
Hmm.
It was a very cool workplace.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So I think that was my first introduction to you, which I've had very little information about. But then it's just opened up the whole new world for me after, I mean, I have, gathered more information and learn about the company
Hmm.
and you, how, what was your journey like from start, like creating a Black Girl Sunscreen and
Don't butter me up. Don't butter me up. But 2.5 years ago, right? But
yeah.
but now, so what happened from that first year to that second year? We didn't talk anymore, right?
Yeah.
And then he came back. What I'm trying to tell you all, Vishvesh was stalking Black Girl Sunscreen.
He was very
Okay.
persistent.
Very we're gonna, yeah, I'm just being funny.
Mm-hmm.
So but Vishvash, we had a conversation 2 years ago, and then we had a follow-up conversation the next year, right? That is persistence,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
For
So it
sure.
tells me that you don't give up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't.
Has that been kind of like your one of your best qualities throughout life is your persistence?
Yeah, I would say yes, and I think that's the only principle I have in terms of uh, you know reaching somewhere in life or getting something done. There are a lot of things people say you need to have this or that. I only have persistent on my side, and I think persistent is the only thing I mean, I have achieved everything with just that one word, persistent. Just keep going,
I
whatever
love that.
happens.
Do you feel the same way, Francis?
I love that.
The persistence,
That
right?
persistence, yeah.
Because you control it.
Absolutely.
You control your own persistence,
He
yeah.
said, I want this. I'm going to keep going until I get it.
That's it. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Okay.
So AI or the journey of persistence. Where you want to go?
Where do you want to go, Vish?
I'm okay with wherever you guys want to go. I'm
All right, then let's just talk about the journey. The AI will come on in.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So your name Vishvesh Soni originates from where?
It's originated from it's the name of Shiva,
Of what?
our our Lord Shiva. So Shiva is our ultimate god in Hinduism,
Okay.
and my name is like one of the, like, what do you call the similar names you have for the same meaning, uh, but like a different name of the god. So like let's say Vishwesh meaning Lord of the world,
Oh.
and he's the Lord of the world. So
Mhm.
it's stating that Shiva is the Lord of the world. So it's
Okay.
just a different name for Shiva.
Is that a popular name in India?
Uh, I am not so sure. I haven't. I don't know many people with my name.
Okay.
But our um like we have one of the oldest temple in the world in city called Kashi or Varanasi, you want to
Mhm.
call it, and the that main temple is for Vishwesh, like the name of the temple
That's
starts from
you.
there.
That's
Yeah,
him.
yeah. So I mean, that's the relation.
Okay. So you were born in India. What city?
I Ahmedabad. So it's a first World Heritage City.
It's a first world hated city.
Heritage.
Oh,
Heritage
first world
City.
heritage city. Got it.
Yes. It's called Manchester of East when it was thriving on creating fabrics and different kind of textiles for the West,
Hmm.
and it was the main trade center for the British India, and now it grew up to be one of the financial hub for the Western region of India.
Great. That's a lot. I don't know that much about like the city that I grew up in. I mean I do, but I don't have like the facts like you do. So, when did you come to the States? At what age?
Um, I came to the States in 2019,
Oh.
August 27.
Look at Princess's face. It was like
Really?
yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so August 27th. Okay, talk to us. So you took a plane here, right? Clearly.
Mhm.
Um and you landed at LAX? Or
No, Boston.
Boston, that's
Boston.
right.
Yeah.
Boston Logan. What did it feel like?
Uh, I've arrived at around 1. It was
Like
cold.
1 p.m. You
No, no, 1
a.m.
a.m. in the at night,
Yes.
and uh, it was just starting of fall, so it started getting cold. So, I mean, I just went outside, and the cool air just came to my face, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a cold, cold place.
You know, that's interesting that you literally gave me like the temperature. I really meant like how did you feel to to come to the United States like mentally?
Oh, okay. So when I reached the Boston airport, there are a lot of thoughts going on in my mind. I was very insecure about like coming from India, and I had no friends or family here in the States. So I was trying to figure out like how will I, integrate myself here? How will I introduce myself? Like I don't know anything about this side of the world. I don't know anything about society, people, how things works here, about the money, different systems. So it's a pretty blank paper for me. I just know United States from the Hollywood movies or the series that we watch over there, or the people that we meet. Like they, gave their opinion about the country. That's all I
Like a
had.
vlogger?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
vlogger or somebody who is going on the street and capturing their.
How did you choose Boston?
I think I applied to many schools,
Okay.
and I've got accepted in one of the schools in Boston, and I figured that it's no brainer for me. Like it's the educational hub in terms of like you want to get any kind of
Don't
education.
don't be a university snob here. Just because you over in the Ivy League land.
Did you did you travel by yourself when you came?
Yes.
You did.
Yeah.
what
So,
what did you bring with you?
I had 2 bags with me. That's all I had. I think one bag they have lost it, and I got it like few weeks later. So I was
oh,
all by myself.
the awfulness of losing your luggage.
Yes.
Okay. So you're here in Boston, from India in 2019, right before the pandemic, which is
Oh, that's
really
right.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. Um, so what was going to school like being from another country? How were you treated?
So in starting, I was like a happy kid going to like to the new place and meeting everyone and having conversation. Where are you from? And having a nice time at the school. um little by little I see like a differences and how people approach to you differently because you're from somewhere. And uh, I mean the picture of like having think the picture of having United States like totally white, sorry, totally white, try to come into a gray picture. Like now it's not all good, but there are some part of it which is not comfortable. And then I started to encounter different things like when I used to sit in a bus, people will not sit beside me because of like I don't know what. So I was talking to my friend about that in my in the school, who born here, and he explained me that a lot of people in Boston or in general like don't like people coming from other country, or maybe because of your color, they just don't wanna engage with you in any way, so they kind of avoid sitting beside you or something like that, even though bus is full.
Sadly. Yeah, sadly, yes.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Okay, so that was your first encounter of just being treated differently because of maybe what you look like, maybe where you're from. You don't actually know.
Yeah,
You don't know.
yeah.
Has there ever been a time where you actually know that you're being treated or you were being treated differently because of the complexion of your skin or where you're from?
Um, I think it's always the ambiguity around that, like if the complexion or where I come from, or it's both together. Because I went to a restaurant like one time
Here in Los Angeles?
in Los Angeles,
Hmm.
and I was waiting for my table, and I wanted to have a nice table so that I can have a nice time with my partner and have a good conversation. Um, and there was some gentleman came. I was before him, and he was light complexed, and he came and he's like, oh, I need the table, and he got the table right away, and the best possible table he could get. And I was waiting, and I was like, I wanted to ask, because I was pissed off because of what happened right there in the moment. I baffled. I don't know what to say, because I've never encountered it. It just happened in a few seconds, and I was like, I'm just standing right here. Like I don't know what I
Hmm.
did wrong.
Did you have a reservation?
No, that I think that restaurant doesn't take reservation. It's like first come first serve
Okay.
basis. Yeah. So
I wonder if that person might have been a celebrity.
I am not so sure.
But look at us
Hmm.
making excuses, right? For how he could have been
Correct.
treated when we, I'm sure, have definitely encountered situations like that and have felt the same.
Absolutely.
Okay, I've never heard it from an Indian man before feeling like that they've been discriminated against or treated differently because of what they look like.
No, absolutely. I think like the only problem with the from my side, like as a brown man, I would say that you cannot point it out, because I mean it's kind of that ambiguity around that you cannot say that it happened to me because of my complexion, because then they stand on the point that you are not dark skinned person, and you are a brown person. So I don't think so that I have done anything wrong. Like there is no way to point it out that the brown complexion
So wait a second. So
yeah.
you're saying that because you're a brown person, you don't feel like that you're in a category where you should be discriminated against because you're not a black person?
No, I'm not saying that.
Uh
I'm
huh.
saying like the from their point. I mean, from my point of view, I when I try to point out that this was the conversation that that the brown person cannot point out that they got racially discriminated on the base of the color. Maybe based upon where they come from is true,
Okay.
but
Hmm.
not the base of the color. They cannot point out, because the person who did it can flip the other side, like, no, no, I don't think so, because we don't do that, or something like that. Like,
To make you, so it's called gaslighting.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So what about your complexion in India, right? Like
Hmm.
so you're a brown person and there's different shades of Indians in India.
Hmm.
How does that work out for you?
Um, I think uh, being brown is okay, but in India also, like if you go to the north, there are light skin and then brown, and then it goes darker and darker. The until you go to the southern part of the India. But it's kind of a similar situation. If you are dark complexed, you are getting discriminated in a lot of ways. So
Such as
the first, I would say, the foremost that touches the community is that we have arranged marriage system where
like currently?
yeah, yeah, it's a very ingrained cultural thing that people trying to um, um, set up and marriage for two people, generally parents. And if you're dark skin, if you have a dark skin complexion, you get less what do you call proposals, even and it's always tough for like female side, because she's feeling getting rejected
Mm.
from the boy's family, and it's all around. Like it's very inherent problem that a lot of whitening cream companies have picked up upon,
Mm.
and in few years, I think now they have stopped it, or they have, I don't know, they are selling or not. I don't have any idea, but the company or the cream called Fair and Lovely.
Fair and Lovely?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that the whole ad is about how you are dark complexed and confident, and the cream will give you like a fair complexion, and now you are confident,
Prettier.
and
Hmm.
not just prettier. You can do whatever you want and become whatever you want, or like the you can. So the end of the ad is like the girl is reaching to a success, or like completing her dream or something. So that was the message of the ad, like, hey, if you're dark complex, we can make you fair, and then you can reach to your dreams. So
Wow. So you mentioned proposals and marriage and just some inside info we have that you're about to get married.
mhm.
Um was your marriage arranged?
No, I we have a different idea about the marriages we have
Who's
arranged.
we?
I mean, as an Indian community.
Okay.
So the arranged marriages and love marriages. So
Yep.
when you meet somebody naturally and you have that progression, they call it a love marriage.
I like that.
So I am. This is a love marriage, and I mean,
You're smiling.
He's so
Yeah.
smiling.
So how did you so was it like kind of like your persistence that made you get into the love marriage where you said, "You know what? I'm not allowing my parents to put me into a marriage, so I must find love." Like how did that happen?
Personally, not for me, because it's just I met somebody, and for me it's supposed to be go naturally the way it should. Like you meet somebody, you are interested in them, you create a relationship, and like you go from there. But in India, a lot of people are like that. They are into either. I mean, they are into either of the pressure, either from the parents to getting married, and they put themselves in the pressure, like, hey, I don't want to get married where my parents think that I want to be, but so let me find somebody, like I have to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
around 30 they become like
They want
agitated, like,
they want
yeah.
So
grandbabies.
typically what's the age that you would get married?
um I think 5 years ago it was around 23, 24, but now it's 28, 29.
Okay.
I'm almost 30, so 30 is still okay. So I think one of my friend who like 2 years younger than me have two babies now
Oh, okay.
in India.
Yeah.
So and I'm just getting married this year. I mean, January 2025.
Did you meet her here or did you know her from India before you came to the States?
I knew her from India. We were friends.
Okay.
She came here first, and then somehow I wanted to do my MBA, so I came, and then somehow we meet, and we thought that this is something that we want to move forward with,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly I've got a job in LA, so she was here in LA,
Oh,
and
so everything
Oh,
worked
no,
out
no, no.
perfectly?
yeah.
He orchestrated that.
Uh-huh.
I love it when a
I
man
was just
goes
about to ask you
after what he
about the
wants.
persistence aspect of Mr. Vish.
Vishvesh, would you have been open to marrying a non-Indian woman?
Um, Interesting
We
question.
only want the truth here on Shameless.
Um, it depends. Uh, I'm I'm not close to it, but I've never had that idea in my mind. Um, because I came to the States in 2019, so I grew up in just one part of the world, in like a one bubble. So, like in that bubble, you just see what you are seeing. Like, okay, this is the world, and you want to get married in this bubble only. So never occurred to me that that's a possibility. So never thought about it. But after coming here, um, I was interested in somebody. So that also, like, that door was closed already when I came to United States. So like kind of I was like not having that idea of like can I or having like a non-Indian woman in my life.
Okay. Okay. So you got here because you went to school, right? So there's a process. So you got a visa,
Yep.
right? So let's just talk about that really quick and what that means and going to the voting process or the non-voting process.
Hmm. So with the visa, to get the student visa, you have to get the admission first, of course, the letter from your school, and you gather your financial documents, your academic documents, pretty much your whole life in like one file. Like it was,
Literally, I don't mean to laugh, right? But
yeah,
it seems like it's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. So you have to show that throughout your time you will be supported financially from your parents or
Okay.
whoever is supporting you. So they have to show the like a liquidate cash for your studies and your support, and then you have all the other documents like a whole big file, and then you go to the embassy, and they just decide, like maybe it was like a 1 minute interview, and they decide yes or no rather than there.
Oh.
And there are different windows
Mm-hmm.
in the embassy, so you are seeing people getting accepted, rejected while you're in the line.
Wow.
So
So what if your family doesn't have the financial means? Can you still get a visa?
you have to get the loan, the
I see.
educational loan from uh, a bank or any other institute,
Okay.
and I think it's accepted. And most
Okay.
of the people who comes with that loan to the United States.
Okay. So you have to have a strategy. It seems like so you come here with a visa, student visa, then you start to work, and then you can apply for what?
Yeah. So it depends upon two things. So if you have a normal course, which is like a non-STEM course, like let's say mass communication or marketing or something, you only get 1 year of work permit. So like 2 or 3 years of school and 1 year of work permit. And if you have a STEM course, which is uh,
Mhm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
mathematics or
Yep.
science related, you get 3 years. So you get 2 years extension. And
Interesting.
so
I have a really kind of just an observation to say. Is that why we see so many like Indian people go to like the Googles and the Microsofts because they're coming through STEM?
uh,
So that gives them more time? Or naturally that's just kind of
so
like
the,
where your expertise is?
so there are two things to it. First is engineering is by far the most populated field in terms of people having a professional career in India. So they are more keen to go into something science or engineering related because of the like the societal and the parent pressure is on it. Like you have to uh, take some traditional safe route so that you get the financial safety. So like that's the first step. So natural progression is when you want to come to United States, you have already done your bachelor's in something
Mm-hmm.
and you want to do the master's in something similar, right?
Okay.
And this angle is also true that you might have changed your major or something, like you have changed your field, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
really want to, because now you have figured out what you want to do with your life after your bachelor's experience. But most of people don't, because immigration is important, and they think like, hey, this period can give me very important experience and give me like a more time to figure out myself and figure out being in the country, that how things works and how I can do better.
The election is coming up. Do you think that people with green cards should be able to vote?
I think so, because it's called permanent resident, and if you are a permanent resident, you should be able to vote because you are also integrated in the society as the same way as a citizen is. So you are paying all the taxes, you are doing all the right things, and so I think you should be able to vote if you have a green card.
Okay. if you're on a visa?
I don't think so because visa, the it depends upon person's uh, what their intentions are.
Mm.
So, like student visa, some people are strictly, I want to come, I want to just get what I want to learn, and I want to just move back to where I come from. Uh, and some people want to work forward. So it depends upon like each person to person. Some people don't want to deal with any kind of politics at all, even though they are on visa or they're citizens. So I don't think so. The visa, if you're on visa, you should be able to vote.
Okay. Um, your AI expertise. You came here
Hmm.
uh, through STEM.
So no, I've took a non-STEM course.
Okay. How did you get interested in AI, and how are you using it today?
So first and foremost, when I started school in Boston, I took a Master of Business Administration, and I wanted to figure out a way for me to integrate in technologies in some way because I thought like that's the next future, and I want to be in that field. But how can I integrate business with AI? And I come from marketing background, so I wanted to integrate both of them. So AI comes like natural to me because I was really interested in next line of most popular technologies, and then there are a lot of conversation around it while I was in the school. So I w- I naturally I just went into it and I started researching about it. The more I have researched about it, the more I get interested. So I started, writing and researching about AI and writing papers, publishing papers around it. Uh, so I mean, it was just a natural progression. So I have applied a lot of it into my schooling and whatever the next professional journey I had. I have integrated marketing and AI in like a one segment because I think that will be the future. I see that AI is a technology that it's basically a very efficient tool to do what you do or what you want to do in terms of your professional career.
What do you think, um, AI overall? What's a positive and a negative from it? Because people are there's still a lot of people that are apprehensive about it because it can be so realistic.
And I totally understand that any new technology or anything that we don't know anything about, it feels like a threat. And I feel that whenever we are introduced to something that we don't know about and it feels like a threat, um, we are trying to gather more and more negative views about it, trying to get the more negative side of it so that we feel safe about it. So um, AI can, I mean, in terms of positive, it helps you to do your job better, more
Hmm.
efficiently in terms of anything you want to do. And negatively, I would say that um, the creation of the models, the large language models that we are creating, or any kind of AI models that we are creating, the data we are feeding in is important because that's how it's learning what to do when it's doing its operations.
So AI can be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So those
Okay.
are the pros and cons.
I mean,
Everything now
yeah.
you Google and it's just the AI comes up
Yes,
first.
it's the very first thing that comes up.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's gonna go in that direction. It's
It's a fact.
It's taken over.
It's a fact.
Okay, Vish, we've had fun talking. Now we
mhm.
want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
Okay. It's our game we like to call this or that.
Okay.
You get two choices and you pick one.
Okay.
Real easy, real fun.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
It's the hair that's getting you, huh?
Okay. Shantae,
Oh,
you're up
I'm
first.
first.
Yeah.
Vishvash, would you rather actually have bad breath or stinky feet?
I would prefer not to have both, but
Mm-hmm.
if I have to choose, then stinky feet is still okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Are you the person that
You
stays up
know what?
late?
You know what? Can you answer us in Hindi? So when we ask you the question, can you answer in your language? And
Okay.
we're gonna try to guess what
Ooh.
he answered.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you the person that will stay up late or you wake up early?
Answer in your language.
मैं बहुत देर रात तक जगना पसंद करता हूँ. Uh, so,
We're gonna
should I
guess.
translate?
No, we're
No,
gonna
we're gonna
guess.
guess.
So what's the answer? So say it again.
Yeah. Uh, मैं बहुत देर रात तक जगना पसंद करता हूँ. That's the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing that he would prefer to stay up late, and he went into an explanation. What's your guess?
That's my guess too, that he wants to stay up late.
Yeah, I just said that.
Okay. Okay. Yay! All right, we're 1 for 1.
Okay.
All right. Remember answering in your language. Okay. Holiday sales or flash sales?
त्योहार discount.
Because I just figured it
Dang.
out. I say flash sales.
Flash sales.
No, it is holiday sale.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
You had to figure out. So what word did you just replace? Did you replace sales with discount?
No, yeah, discount is the sale. The tyohar means holidays.
Okay.
Okay. So, what does flash mean? How do you say flash?
Uh, Flash would be. It's very hard to find like a very particular Hindi word for flash, because it's supposed to translate the actual meaning of it. Um, I can't find to remember the actual Hindi word for
Okay,
that.
it's okay. Okay. How about this one?
Mhm.
Social media ads
Mhm.
or Google ads?
Um, Google Ads.
That was in Hindi.
I mean, I don't know how to translate Google in Hindi. Google is the
It's just Google,
yeah,
right?
is a word,
Okay.
He said
yeah.
it's just Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, um, going on vacation with your family or going on vacation by yourself.
I have to answer in Hindi, right?
Mhm.
So I have the answer, but I'm translating it.
Okay.
मैं अपने परिवार के साथ छुट्टी पे जाना पसंद करूंगा.
I'll let you go first.
Family.
Okay. Okay. You're up, Francis.
Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Hindi.
Oh, now I answered it. I'm sorry. It's instinctively.
I see.
Yeah.
But how do you say it in Hindi?
मुझे कुत्ते पसंद है.
That's a long word for dogs.
Listen.
Dog is just kutta, right? And if I mean the real translation is that I like dogs. Meaning मुझे कुत्ते पसंद है.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Namaste or hello.
Namaste.
Okay. FaceTime or texting?
I don't know the Hindi word of both, but I would. Can I answer in English?
Mhm.
Yeah, FaceTime. I would prefer FaceTime.
Okay. All right. I think we got a good amount of questions. We put you on the spot there. So my last question is for you. Think in English or
Mhm.
think in Hindi.
Mhm. Um, when I mean, generally I think in Hindi, and then translate it because that's how I've grew up. But since I've been here like almost 5.5 years, I've started to think in English. So that's why I kind of stumble in like Hindi words. Um, And also where I come from is like we have a different languages
Yeah.
every few miles. So my actual mother tongue is different than Hindi. So I have to move around in three different languages most of the time.
Can you say something to us in your mother tongue?
Yeah, I would say મને તમારી સાથે વાત કરીને બહુ સરસ લાગ્યું. Meaning,
I'm gonna
yeah.
translate it. Thank you for having me on Shamelessly Shontay. I had a lot of fun, and until
We'll be
next
right back.
time, bye.
If you wanna protect your skin, queen,
Absolutely.
use some Black Girl Sunscreen. You don't gotta dodge them sunbeams. Just put on your Black Girl Sunscreen. Ay, black don't crack a dozen. Black people get sunburned too.